welcome to episode 29 of the Made by Mumino podcast. This is a knitting podcast where I talk about all things knitting and yarn related and any test knits I'm working on, and sometimes I take you on little tours of local yarn shops, things like that. So yes, welcome. Excuse me. Welcome. And welcome back if you've been here before, and a massive welcome to you if you're new here. And thank you for joining me. My name is Kathryn and I live in Mönchengladbach in Germany, which is kind of over on the western side, not too far from the Dutch border, not too far from Dusseldorf, that kind of area. And I've lived here for quite a long time now. It's my permanent home where I live with my partner in a teeny tiny little flat in the city. I'm originally from Wales in the UK, this is my home, and this is where I do my knitting. So today I'm not taking you on a tour of a yarn shop. After the episode, I'm taking you on a tour of a yarn festival. So my partner and we spontaneously went over to the Netherlands on Saturday and went to a lovely yarn show, yarn festival. It was really good fun. We weren't sure if we would be able to go because we had the car booked in to switch over to the summer tyres. I don't know if they do that in other countries, probably. So you have to put on winter tyres during the winter, and then as soon as the weather starts to get a little bit warmer, you switch back to your summer tyres again. So we had it booked in to drop off on Friday to pick up on Saturday morning, which should have been fine, but they lost our locking wheel out of the carriage from the last time that they did it. So we didn't set off till about 11, which was a bit later than I wanted because it's a 2-hour drive over to Breda in the Netherlands. But it was fine. It was fine. We had a lovely couple of hours over there, met lots of lovely people, and thank you so much if you came and said hello to me. That was so much fun. It was really nice meeting you. But yes, anyway, there'll be a little tour of that, and I will show you what I picked up whilst I was there as well. So yeah. Grab yourselves a drink if you fancy it. I've got some orange blossom tea today, which is a brave choice. The colour of the tea is a very, very dark red colour, and I'm wearing a white skirt. So this is a brave choice. So yes, grab yourselves a drink and settle in. There's a few finished objects and a few whips and things to show you before the end of the episode. So yes, let's get started. I am wearing a finished test knit for knitting for breakfast, and this is the Florence Sweater, and I absolutely love this. I've worn it at least 4 or 5 times I think since I finished blocking it, and I'm just super happy with it. I'll put up some footage here of me wearing it so that I don't disturb the setup here. And yes, so I knit the 4th size, the size L. I did initially sign up to do the 5th size, which would give me 122 centimetre bust circumference. But as I was knitting it, as I did my gauge and everything, sorry for the pause. So I'm filming quite early in the morning because I've got lots of things to do today, and people are leaving for work. So I thought no, you don't really need to hear my neighbours walking past my front door. Anyway. So yes, I initially signed up for the 5th size, but when I did my gauge swatch, it was coming out quite a lot bigger, the fabric that I was getting. So I knit the 4th size instead, but it came out as pretty much the same measurements as the 5th size. All of the yarn amounts, everything that I used, are on my Ravelry page, which is linked below. Oh, incidentally, everything I talk about is linked down below. All of my social media, Instagram, all that kind of thing, and my Ravelry page, Ravelry group. Any patterns and things, any yarn I talk about, everything is linked down below. And I also put chapters in so you can skip through if you want. Yes, where was I? Yeah, so all of the yarn amounts that I used are on my Ravelry page. The pattern calls for 5 different colours. But to be honest, I think you could probably get away with 3. I think that it's gorgeous with the 5, but I think if you wanted to do a little bit more of a muted version, then I think you could probably get away with 3. I don't think there's I think there's about 6-10 rows, something like that have got 3 colours in them. I don't know, you could play around with it a little bit and see what you could do. But yes, I knit this to pattern. There are different options for the sleeve length, a very short version, an elbow length version and a slightly longer one, and as you can see I've gone for the slightly longer one. Some of the other testers also didn't use this more simple motif on the sleeves. They actually kept going with this more floral motif, the moonflower motif on the sleeve, which looks gorgeous. So today, if you're watching, which is Monday the 7th of April, today will be the release day. So have a look on Instagram and have a look at all the different versions that the testers have done, because they look absolutely fabulous in so many different colourways, and it really does look gorgeous. So yes, I do strongly recommend that you go and have a look before deciding what colourways to do yourself, because there's a massive variety from quite sort of neutral palettes up to, I suppose mine's a bit louder with these this kind of bright turquoisey colour, isn't it? But yes, what else is there to say about this? Some noisy birds outside on my balcony. They're very welcome. I knit this on 4mm needles, which is a US 6, and I was really happy with the fabric that I was getting. That's why I didn't go down a needle size. I just went down a final knitted size instead. Anything that I would change about the pattern? For me, as I think probably quite a lot of people find, when you do a circular yoke, I tend to end up with more fabric at the back than I need. So I think I would probably move the armholes forward a little bit, just to make sure that I don't have excess fabric at the back. What else would I do? I probably wouldn't change anything else, to be honest. I really enjoyed knitting this. It's a really, really nice pattern. I love the, you can't see it because it's at the back. If I haven't already done so, I will have put some, I'll put it up now of some video of me wearing it and some pictures as well. But all of the short rows are in the collar, which is really nice. Some really nice touches there. And no, I don't think there's anything else that I would change about this. It's a really, really nice pattern. And yeah, and I love the yarn that I used as well. So I used Wool Dreamers Cortiva, and it's got quite a short staple length. It's quite easy to pull apart when you're just holding it, but once it's knitted up, it's absolutely fine. And it also splices together really nicely. It comes with quite a good colour palette, and it's a fantastic price point. I think that it was around €6 per 50-gram ball, and some of the colours I only needed one ball of. So it's yeah, this would be a good scrappy project as well, to be honest, as long as you can find something in a sport weight, or maybe hold a, yeah, you could hold a fingering weight with a mohair as well. That would be nice too, or with a lace weight anyway. That would be good. The only thing that would put me off doing that is that, as I said just now, some of the rows have got 3 colours on them. So if you're holding 2 yarns together for some of the colours, you could end up potentially trying to do a bit of yarn management with 6 different strands, which would be horrible. But you know, you do you. Not my cup of tea particularly. It's already complicated enough. Do you know, I have done that though. I did a test knit for Isabel Clark, 100 Acre Wool, and I think it was the Moreau sweater, and I did that with a strand of Newton held with a strand of mohair throughout, and there were several different rows there that did have more than 2 colours. I think, yeah, there were a couple of rows that did, and that was yeah, takes a lot of yarn management and concentration. Somebody asked after the last video if I could do a little video of how I do my yarn management. Next time I'm doing a colour work project, I will do that. I'll get my partner to film over my shoulder so you can see what I'm doing, because I kind of just take over the sofa and my yarn is kind of placed around me. And usually there's a big footstool in front of us as well, so I tend to, yeah, take over that, and if there's room for my partner, that's fine. But yeah, he's relegated over to the corner of the sofa. But yes, today, 7th of April, is release day. It's a gorgeous pattern. I really do recommend it. And yeah, check out the hashtag on Instagram if you've got access to that, because there are some really, really, really beautiful colour choices that the different knitters, the testers have put together for it, and it really does look gorgeous. So yes, that is the Moonflowers sweater from Knitting for Breakfast. Okay, the next finished object to show you is the Seaway pullover from Azetta, but I don't have it. It is in the post, on its way to the UK for my niece's birthday. Fingers crossed it gets there in time. So I'll put up a video here that I took of it before I sent it off. I am so happy with this. It was such a nice pattern. I love Azetta's patterns, or Hayley's patterns. It's a really simple drop shoulder construction with an all over cable detail. I think Nancy Wheeler of Knit Sip Happy might have made this one recently as well. So yeah, the story behind this, it's my niece's 13th birthday, and she's feeling very grown up, and she's starting to wear adult size clothes. So I asked her if she'd like a sweater for her birthday, and she said yes please. So I showed her Azetta's website and said choose a pattern. So this is the one that she chose. And then I opened up Hobby, one of their suitable acrylics, and this one was Kind Feather. Said choose a colour, and that's what she chose. So this is hopefully exactly what she's expecting, and hopefully it'll fit okay. I took the jumper that she was wearing at the time, and I laid that flat and measured that, and because she was happy with the fit, and I just fit those measurements. So so fingers crossed it'll be okay. Sorry, outside noise again. Yeah, so I didn't make any adjustments to the pattern other than making the sleeves a little bit longer, because she's all arms and legs. She's at that sort of early teenage stage where she's kind of stretching. So she wanted the arms a little bit longer. Also, I think she quite likes the sort of the oversized look. I think it is going to be quite big on her. But you know, that's what she wants, so that's absolutely fine. And if it's not okay, then I have some more of the yarn left over, so I can make it longer or shorter as needed next time I'm there. So yes, that's the Seaway pullover, and it's a really nice pattern that knits up relatively quickly. It's done on 5mm needles, or a US 8, all over. So the neck, I think you go down a needle size just for the neck ribbing, but other than that it's all done on the 5mm, so it does knit up nice and quickly. And it called for a sort of a heavy-ish DK, and the acrylic from Hobby actually worked really well. I don't often knit with acrylic. I prefer to knit with rustic yarns. I like scritchy yarns. But that's what my sister asked me to make it with, so and I was absolutely happy to do so. Excuse me. In fact, it was a very nice acrylic actually. It was a little bit splitty, but it blocked really well. It was very soft, and it felt very plump and bouncy as well, and not too squeaky. So fingers crossed, it should wear quite well. So yeah, I will let you know. But yeah, I was really happy with that, and it went off in the post on Saturday morning. So yeah, fingers crossed it'll get to the UK in one piece by next weekend. So yes, Seaway pullover from Azetta. Okay, the next thing I have to show you is a WIP, and it was a really spontaneous cast on the weekend before last. So a year or so ago, oh, there's a bit of fluff in front of the camera. There we go. A year or so ago, it might have been for her birthday last year, I picked up a skein of La Bien-Aimée sock yarn. I think it was, I've got the label here somewhere. What is that? It is Merino Super Sock from La Bien-Aimée. 425 meters per 100 grams, and I picked up a skein of this for my mum from Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam, because I tend to go to Amsterdam once a year. My partner's company does as part of a big trade fair there every year, so I tend to kind of tag along. There's a plane going overhead. I'll keep going, it's fine. I've stopped so many times already this morning. So yes, I picked up a skein of this for my mum's birthday, and I picked up an identical skein for myself with the intention that at some point we would knit something together. And I have to admit, I've been feeling a little bit homesick recently, and I miss my mum. I miss my knitting buddy. How old am I now? 43, and I still miss my mum. What can I say? I'm very lucky to have her in my life, and I'm really grateful for that. And yeah, anyway, not getting emotional about it, but anyway, I miss her sometimes, and I'm lucky to have her in my life, and I'm grateful for that. What was I saying? So, yes, weekend before last, we did a spontaneous cast on together. We chose, I think my mum found it. We chose a pattern from Helen Stewart, the 100 Acre Shawl. In fact, we did the cast on together, and I filmed it. She was so uncomfortable, bless her. She didn't mind doing it, but she like, didn't know what to do. So I'll put up a little video of us casting on together here. Oh gosh, I should do some behind the scenes videos of what it's like when I'm taking photographs of finished objects and things. Like when I was doing the photos for this, my partner, I hate it. I really hate having my photo taken. And my partner always tries to make me laugh and tries to kind of make it a bit more chilled out. And where we were doing this one, he was kind of hopping around and sort of doing the whole sort of photography thing, and suddenly realised that where he was hopping around there was just like dog poo everywhere, and he hadn't noticed. But and also, I don't think I've put them up on Instagram yet. I did some nice pictures for the Hanaya sweater that I did for Anina Yuti. I don't think I've put them up yet. I'll have to do that this week. And I was standing in this lovely field of daffodils. It looks lovely. The reality of that there were spiders everywhere. They were making their webs in between the daffodil stalks and things. So yeah, I should do videos for behind the scenes of what it's actually like to do these photographs and everything. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, my mum looking uncomfortable but thoroughly enjoying casting on together. And this is how far I've got. It's curling up a little bit. So it's just a really simple design. Excuse me, I've got a real frog in my throat. I always get this when I'm filming. I don't know why. Anyway, what was I saying? So it's a really simple pattern with yarn overs and slip stitches, things like that. You just need to keep track of where you are. I've had to think back a couple of times. I don't know if you can see, I've got some lifelines in here because these eyelets here that make these cute little trefoil holes, I read one word wrong and I had to, so I knit this bit, got past it, looked back and thought, hang on a sec, that's not lining up properly. What have I done now? So I put my needle through below those holes, and I thought I must have had the wrong number of stitches or something. Did it again, same thing happened again. What on earth am I doing? I must have read the instructions for what to do 50 times. And then when I went back and read it again, there was suddenly another word in it, the word together. I can't go into too much detail because it is a paid for pattern, but there was supposed to be some knitting two together, not knitting two at one point, which is where I was going wrong. So it's a bit of a nuisance to tink back when you're doing increases on the rows and things as well. So I started putting in some lifelines. So when I'm putting in lifelines, I use this very, very thin, almost like embroidery floss. You can get it in, I haven't got it here, you can get it in most places. It's a very, very, very fine, like a cottony, nylon-y sort of thread that's used for sort of really fine lace work, that kind of thing. And I just find that really handy to put through. So when I'm doing something like this, it's just really quick and easy. A lot of needles have got a hole, I don't know if you can see that, a hole in the end, just below where the needle goes in, and you can thread your lifeline through, and then as you're knitting, it pulls through. Personally, when I'm knitting a more complicated pattern, I like to actually thread my lifeline through with a needle, just because I like to check my stitches, I like to check that everything's okay, and it also gives me a little break from doing the complicated knitting. But something like this, I just thread the lifeline through and pull it through as I'm knitting. But yeah, it's really important when you're doing a lifeline to choose something that's nice and thin, like an embroidery floss, something like that, because it can change then the gauge of that row of stitches if you use something too thick. So just make sure it's a good couple of weights thinner than the yarn that you're using and it'll be absolutely fine. This Helen Stewart pattern is for, I think, up to 3 skeins of, yeah, I think it's for up to 3 skeins of yarn, but I'm going to be knitting the one for the smallest size because I've just got that, so it's going to be a single skein project, just with a nice little special skein of yarn. And yeah, it's not a mindless knit because you do need to keep an eye on it, but I would say that it's beginner friendly. I'd say pretty much all Helen Stewart patterns are very, very beginner friendly. The way that she lays it out, it's not charted, it's line by line, and it gives you a progress percentage as you're going down the pattern as well. Yeah, I really, really like her patterns. It's nice simple lace and it's easy to follow, and it also gives you a stitch count as you're going down as well. So if you're not confident about you know, your lace work or whatever, you can just keep counting the stitches. Unfortunately, normally for lace work I would put in stitch markers along the work to show where I am, but that doesn't really work with this pattern because you're increasing on either side each time, and it's not kind of consistent where the slip stitches and things happen, so it's not really necessary. I'm sure I've made some errors, but it's not really bothering me. It's not a test knit, it's just for fun. So yes, that is the 100 Acre Wood Shawl, which is going to be a nice little mini crescent shawl. And yeah, hopefully next time I see my mum, which will be later on this month because I should be flying to the UK, and hopefully we will be going to Wonderwall together, as I've already said. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that, and we can compare our finished shawls. So that is that. Okay, and the next and final, well, not final WIP to talk about is my Ranunculus, which is progressing nicely. I bound off the body last night and did a little try on. It's very cropped, which is what I want because I'm going to be wearing it over skirts. And I won't spend too long talking about this because I talked about it quite a lot in my last episode. But yes, this is my Ranunculus. I'm making it with Ard DK from the Wee Yarn Company. So before it's skeined up, looks like that. So it's a really nice, warm, creamy colour base in 100% pole with little flecks of neon, and it's just really, really pretty. And I think I'll have a little bit left over as well, which is nice. I haven't decided what length to do the sleeves. I'm thinking probably similar to this, a 3/4 length. So yeah, it's progressing nicely, and I haven't blocked it yet, but when I do, the lace work will open up nicely as well. Nice quick knit, made on 5.5mm needles, which is a US 9. I'm following the instructions for the original pattern, which I think is the 3rd size, but I made a few amendments to the raglan section, but I put those details onto Ravelry if you're interested. But yeah, it's progressing nicely. I was hoping to make a bit more progress on it, but I've had a really, really, really busy week, so maybe it'll be finished next time I speak to you. But that is that. And this yarn is bringing me so much joy. It's lovely. I don't normally go for such bright colours, but oh, it's just gorgeous. There's another plane going over. It's a busy morning, busy Monday morning here in Germany. Everything's happening. So yes, that is that. Oh, I haven't been showing you my project bags. I tend to use the same ones all the time, and I just like empty them and refill them. This one, my brother made it for me. He and his wife do lots of sewing projects and things, and yeah, he made that for me. And it's gorgeous. It's got loads of pockets inside it as well. It's a little star. Okay, so that's the end of the WIPs, I think. Yes, so the next thing to talk to you about is, it's not yet a WIP in my lovely Moomin bag. It's a soon-to-be WIP. I've prepped the bag so that it's got all of the yarns that I'm using in it. But I'm doing a test knit, a colour work test knit for Elenor Mortensen, and it's called the Florence pullover. Where is the picture? In fact, I'll put a picture up here for you, but I'll show you the details in just one second. So yeah, it's all over colour work. Well, the body's all over colour work. The sleeves don't have any on it. This comes in 13 different sizes, from a 38.1 up to a 70.8 bust circumference, inches, sorry, or 97 to 180 centimetres. And it's designed for a fingering weight yarn, or something that's a sort of a slightly heavier fingering weight, going up to a sport weight yarn, for 3.75mm needles. I'm going to be knitting the 5th size. I haven't swatched for it yet, but I'm going to be using for the body this Mondim, which is, I think it's a sock yarn. No, it's just a fingering weight 100% wool yarn. Yeah, Mondim. It's nice, a little bit rustic. For me, this is really soft. I don't think this is scritchy at all. This is a Portuguese yarn, and I've been wanting to use this for a while, and this felt like a good project to do it with. So yes, the company's Retrosaria. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't have any knowledge of Portuguese pronunciation, so if anybody Portuguese or with knowledge of Portuguese is watching, please do say in the comments, do tell me how to pronounce this properly. So yes, I am using Mondim as my main colour, and then I'm using something a little bit special for the contrast colour. How fun is that? So I picked this up at the Yarn Festival on Saturday, and it's from the WIP Yarn Company. And this is a new base that he's doing now, and it's a Castor lace, which is 50% Falkland Merino, 25% Gotland, 25% Corriedale, and is 650 meters per 100 grams. So I will be holding this double with itself, but how glorious are those colours? And I think with that, that's going to look, that's going to look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this comes out. So I'm going to start swatching with this maybe later on today, but I'm pretty busy today, but definitely this week. The deadline for the test isn't until the 15th of June, I think, so it's a nice long test. And yeah, like I said, I'm doing the 5th size, but I suspect that because I'm going to be using quite skinny yarn, I might need to go down a needle size, but we shall see how this blocks up. So I'm going to try swatching with this held just by itself, with this held double, and just see what happens when I block it and see how I get on with it. But yeah, I just can't get over how gorgeous those colours are. I know that I use a lot of yarn from the WIP Yarn Company, but for me, it's kind of the perfect combination of non-superwash yarns with just really fun colours on a sort of a non-traditional independent dyed yarn bases, which, you know, I love indie yarns, I really, really do, and it's just really nice to be able to have these options on non-superwash bases. And yeah, and also Ross is just lovely. It was so nice to see him on Saturday. He's a really, really nice guy. So yeah, so that's going to be for the Florence sweater. Haven't started it yet. Wish me luck and watch this space. But that brings me nicely on to my purchases, my acquisitions. So sometimes when I'm out and about, I see yarn that just, you know, it looks like it needs a home, so I bring it home with me. And I picked up yeah, a fair amount at the yarn show. So the first one is that from the WIP Yarn Company, and I got 2 skeins of that just in case. The next thing, in fact, let me get myself organised and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I had some lovely chats with different yarn dyers and yarn producers at the yarn show. There was one though that I missed. I really wanted to go and speak to the, I can't remember how to pronounce it, Het Volbist, I think it's called. Because she's going to be making an advent calendar this year that's Moomin themed. I don't normally buy advent calendars. I don't like the pressure. I don't like having beautiful yarn that I'm not 100% sure what to do with, and I can't predict what colour it's going to be and everything. I find it a bit stressful having advents, but it's a Moomin advent. What do I do? Anyway, so I spoke to lots of lovely yarn dyers anyway. So one of whom was Bad Katu yarn, and I picked up this gorgeousness. There's a little picture of Duchess from the Aristocats on the back as well. I love that. There's floof everywhere. You'll see why in a minute. This is Pastel Violet, and the base is 70% BFL, 20% silk and 10% cashmere. And this is going to be something, a gift for a friend. But the cashmere and silk in it is just, oh, it's so squishy. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's 100 grams is 400 meters. So technically this is a fingering weight yarn, but it feels so much more squishy than that. Oh, it's gorgeous. And I also got a really, she put it in my bag as I was leaving. Little Bad Katu yarn, that pin as well. It's really cute. Oh, she's so lovely. But yeah, Bad Katu yarn, she just makes gorgeous things, and she's super nice as well. So it's always lovely to go and see her for a little chat. So that's what I picked up from her. I also picked up something from a new to me dyer called Spin Godin, although I want to use the German pronunciation, Spin, but I don't think that's correct. If you, again, Dutch people, feel free to correct my pronunciation. I never mind. Although being a Welsh person, the place that I'm from, I challenge you to say the place that I'm from, which is Ystrad. And yes, I can say that really long place name as well. I won't do it here, but yes, I can say it. Anyway, what was I saying? So this is from Spin Godin, and she makes there'll be some footage at the end, but her colour palette is kind of, I said Hobbit core. It's just lost in the woods, slightly dark, muted, earthy, foresty, berry tones, and it's just very, it's the kind of colours I tend to gravitate towards. It's perfection. And I said when I picked this one up, oh, it looks like a rose garden. And she said, yes, that's what it's called. So that's how you say that in Dutch. I will not attempt it. And I got a little mini to go with it, just in case I feel the urge to make some socks. So that's a new to me dyer, and she was lovely. Linda, her name was, is I should say, and she was really sweet as well. And I also got some fibre from her as well. This is the source of all of the floof. It's very floofy. It's all over the car as well. As soon as I got back in the car, I phoned my mum to show her what I bought. And there's floof everywhere. Okay. Oh, look at that. Floofy goodness. It's so good. So this is merino, and I think it's got a bit of silk in it as well. I'm not sure, but it's definitely lots of merino going on there. And it's ridiculously soft. You know when sometimes things are so soft you can barely feel them when you touch them? It's that soft. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I just really liked to squish it, so I thought I would bring this home with me. And it's living in an organza bag so that it doesn't get its floofy goodness on everyone else. So that's that. I was also looking, in my pocket I was carrying around a little nugget of Nutiden that I'd wrapped around my finger because I was looking for mohair to go with it. And it's a really unusual sort of turquoisey blue grey colour. And I had it in my head I was going to get it from one place. They didn't have a suitable colour, but I found the perfect match for it. I got 2 skeins of this gorgeousness. This is 64% mohair, kid mohair, and 36% silk, and it's from Lindevol. And it's a really, really unusual colour, but it matches the Nutiden I've got absolutely perfectly. I don't know what I'm going to knit with it, but I just wanted to have some, I've got 300 grams of that colour in the Nutiden, and I wanted to hold it with some mohair, maybe to make a lento type jumper, that kind of thing maybe. So yeah, this is going to sit in my stash until I know what to do with it, but I'm really, really happy I found that because it's a very unusual colour. Well, I think it's unusual anyway. So that's that. And also from her, oh, sorry for the crinkling, and I've just dropped. I got a really cute little embroidery kit for making a little butterfly. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I'll make it for somebody as a gift. I don't know, we'll see. But it was really cute. Very much a spontaneous gift. Purchase. And also some, oh, see, the floof is everywhere. The struggle is real. It's a really cute little chicken related, what's it called? Washi tape as well. So really cute. Okay, I think, is that it? I think that's it. So I'm going to try and get this edited as soon as possible and upload it onto YouTube, because I've got to go to the, in English, the DVLA. What is it called in American English? DMV, I think it is. But in German it's the, I'm going to read it, Kfz Zulassungs- und Führerscheinstelle. So I need to go there this afternoon. Yay, go me. And try and sort my driver's license out. I don't drive here in Germany. I can if I want to, but I don't. But I need to try and sort out my license so that I have the option. It's always so complicated when you move to a different country, isn't it? Anyway. Yes, so I think that's all I want to talk about today. Yeah, I've shown you everything. There's nothing else to do. Please enjoy some footage, if you wish, from the yarn festival that I went to in Breda. It was really lovely. It was very quiet actually. Normally at yarn festivals it's very busy. And I've been to this yarn festival before and it's been, you know, elbows at dawn. But yeah, it was quite quiet for some reason. Maybe it was the time of day that we went. But it was lovely, really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy looking around all the booths with me too. And yeah, happy crafting, happy knitting, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Have a lovely day. Bye. you.